Welcome to the introduction to Vue.js and state management. Vue.js is a progressive JavaScript framework renowned for its simplicity and flexibility in building dynamic user interfaces. One of the core concepts that empower Vue.js developers is understanding how to manage a component's state and lifecycle. State refers to the data associated with a component at any given time, while the lifecycle encompasses a series of methods triggered at different stages of a component's existence. Mastering these concepts is crucial for creating efficient, maintainable, and robust Vue.js applications. Understanding the Vue.js component lifecycle is essential. Imagine a Vue.js component as having a lifecycle much like any living organism. It's born, it grows, it changes, and eventually it's destroyed. Each stage of this lifecycle offers opportunities to manipulate the component's behavior and data. Vue.js provides us with a set of predefined functions called lifecycle hooks, which are methods that allow us to tap into these stages and execute code at specific points in a component's life. Let's break down some of the most commonly used lifecycle methods. First, we have beforeCreate. This hook is triggered before the component instance is created. Data is not yet available at this stage, making it less commonly used. Next is created, called immediately after the component instance is created. This is an ideal place to initialize data properties, make API calls to fetch data, or set up event listeners. Then we have beforeMount triggered before the component is mounted to the DOM. The template has been compiled, but the component is not yet visible on the page. The mounted hook is called after the component is mounted to the DOM, meaning it's now visible on the page. It's often used to manipulate the DOM directly, integrate with third-party libraries, or perform actions that require the component to be rendered. beforeUpdate is called before the component's data is updated and the DOM is re-rendered. It's useful for accessing the previous state of data before it's modified. The updated hook is triggered after the component's data has been updated and the DOM has re-rendered. beforeDestroy is called before the component instance is destroyed. This is a good place to clean up resources, such as removing event listeners to prevent memory leaks. Finally, destroyed is triggered after the component instance is destroyed and removed from the DOM. Practical applications of lifecycle methods. Lifecycle methods provide developers with fine-grained control over component behavior. Here are some practical examples. Fetching data. The hook is often used to make API calls and fetch data before the component is rendered, setting up event listeners can be attached in the hook to ensure they're only active when the component is mounted to the DOM and removed in to prevent memory leaks. DOM manipulation, direct DOM manipulation, if absolutely necessary, can be performed in the OR hooks. However, it's generally recommended to manipulate the DOM through Vue's reactive data binding system whenever possible. Resource cleanup. Use the hook to remove event listeners, clear timers, close connections, or perform any other necessary cleanup to prevent memory leaks. Best practices. Keep lifecycle methods concise and focused on their specific purpose. Avoid performing computationally expensive operations within lifecycle hooks, as they can potentially impact performance. Leverage Vue's reactivity system and computed properties to manage data changes efficiently instead of relying heavily on lifecycle methods for DOM updates. Conclusion. Mastering Vue.js for robust applications. Mastering Vue.js, state management and component lifecycle methods is paramount to building efficient, maintainable, and robust web applications. By understanding the different stages of a component's life and leveraging lifecycle hooks effectively, developers can streamline data fetching, optimize DOM interactions, manage resources efficiently, and create a smoother user experience. As you delve deeper into Vue.js, embrace these concepts to elevate your development skills and build powerful, dynamic applications.